Hi Panthers! With the start of the new semester and the start of the new year, I thought it was fitting that we started everything off with creating a vision board. So I am super ready to put 2020 behind me and ready to look forward to this year and what I want to come out of this year. And so no matter what your goals are for this year, whether it be to relax more, to be more patient, to improve a relationship, to travel more, to be kinder to yourself, a vision board can help you be more accountable. So simply put, a vision board is just going to be a visual representation of what your goals are. And there's actually some research out there that shows that visualizing and putting goals in a visual format can actually help you achieve them. So lots of different celebrities do this. Also, it's been shown that athletes who are able to visualize their goals actually do better than athletes who don't visualize their goals. So that's why we're gonna start this whole new semester out with thinking about what our goals are for the year and creating a visual representation of them. So the first thing you want to do before you start trying to create anything is you want to think about what your goals are. And so I encourage you, as you're trying to think about your goals, to try to break it down into two categories. So think about what you want your goals to be in terms of things that you can physically achieve, and things you can physically do, but also think about what feelings do you want to experience this year? What do you want the overall feeling of the year to be? So I went ahead and I made a list of my goals for the year, and on them I have goals such as graduating and getting a job. I have a goal to give back more to the community. I want to take more time out for myself this year that's just individually for me. I want to do more gardening this year. I want to be outdoors more, do more exercise, overall just to have a healthier body this year than what I did in 2020. And also a goal is that I want to move and I want to have a new home. So those are my physical, monetary, tangible goals. But some of the feelings that I want to encompass in this year is just an overall feeling of happiness, a feeling of confidence, and then also a feeling of feeling rested. So that's what I wrote down. And so that's what I'm going to encourage you all to do first before you even try to start making a vision board, is to write down what you want your goals to be, because you can use this to guide the visions that you and the pictures that you put onto your board. The next thing you're going to do after you have thought about what your goals are going to be is to decide how you want your vision board to look and what format you want it to be in. So there are pros and cons. You can do a digital vision board, which I like that idea because it's something that you can have on your computer or on your phone that you can see all the time, or you can do a physical vision board. And you might even want to decide to do both. So if you want to do a digital vision board, you can use something like Canva, you can go to Word, you can find different pictures and different words that resonate with you and kind of collage them all together. What I'm going to be doing is a physical vision board, and the reason I want to do a physical one is because just the act of taking the time out to create the board, I think, is going to be soothing and relaxing for me, but it's also going to kind of increase my accountability, because if I spend a good amount of time on this and I really want it to look well, and then I put it somewhere that I'm going to see it every single day, I'm going to be more likely to actually look at it and feel like I need to follow through with the goals that I set. So what I'm going to do for my vision board, I decided to do a collage style vision board. So I found different magazines in my house and I just tried to cut out words that resonated with me, cut out images that aligned with my goals. And so that's the next step, is that you want to get some magazines together and you want to start cutting out different things that you think can represent the goals that you have set. So after I cut out the different words and pictures that I liked or that resonated with me, I went ahead and I started laying everything out onto my board, because I wanted to make sure that everything was going to fit, and I wanted to know where exactly I wanted everything to be before I started gluing anything down. So that's what I did. So this is the stage that we're at now. So I've gone ahead and I have cut my things out and I've laid them out in a way that I feel like fills the space well. So now I'm just going to start picking things up and gluing them. And then you'll also notice I have a couple of things of origami on my vision board, and I did that because one, I wanted to have some texture, but also each of these had different meanings for me, so that's kind of why I decided to incorporate them, just because I felt like it made it just a little bit more visually appealing and made me want to look at it more. And that's the whole point, is that I want this to be something that I'm going to look at. So I've got the tulip, which has significance for me in my relationship with my husband. So I've got that on there to kind of remind me of what I want out of my relationship. I've got the peace dove, and I did this with some of my students at the high school, and so that's kind of over here in my working career area. And then I've got the paper crane, which when we made the paper cranes for our virtual vacation week in the summer, the paper crane represents like good health and just overall being fortunate in your life and in your year. So I put that kind of over in my health area, and then over here in my wanting to garden and kind of be more in touch with the earth area, I added a frog, just because there are lots of frogs in my backyard that I really enjoyed seeing. So just kind of reminding me of some of the reasons why I really like being outdoors, is for that nature and seeing that. So that's why I added the origami. So now I'm just going to start, I might just start in one corner, picking things up and gluing them down. And you'll notice that specifically for my board, I decided to use a cork board. So this was initially a board that I had push pins in back when I was living in a dorm. But since I've moved out of the dorm a couple years ago, I haven't had any use for this. So as I was trying to decide what I wanted to put on my vision board, I felt like this could be a really good opportunity to use this board, because I like the frame on it, I like the size, and if I can do that, then it will not be just taking up space in my office closet. So that's why I decided to use the cork board, and also just because of the size. So I am using just regular Elmer's washable glue for this. I played around with a couple of different ideas of getting poster board and putting it on first, and then putting the pictures on the poster board. But I feel like if I do that, I'm kind of telling myself that I'm not committed to actually keeping this vision board all year, and I might end up wanting to use the cork board for something else. So I wanted to just do something that meant I was committed to actually using this vision board and looking at it. So that's why I did this a little bit more permanently by gluing it onto the cork board. Also just because I really like this, the look of the cork board behind it, the texture and the pattern that's on there. So that's why I decided to do it that way. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna do now, is I'm just gonna start taking different things that I have on my board and just adding some glue. With this purple glue, you feel like you have to move kind of quickly because it dries so fast. And so that's pretty much how I'm gonna do it for the rest of this. So once I'm done, we can come back and I can kind of talk you through everything on my board and why I chose some of the other different things other than just the origami that's on my board. So I'm excited to show it to you. Okay, so here's my finished product. It made sense for me to try to separate it into different sections. So I did a health section, I did a life and home section, I did a gardening section, and then I also did a section just related to my career. And so I included pictures and words that really resonated with me. And then this little space in the middle of Animal Crossing is because I want to be making more time for myself to just let myself relax. And so I feel like video games is one of those ways I can try to explore to see if that's something that helps me set aside time for myself and helps me relax. So that's pretty much my board. Like I said, I got all of these from magazines except for this. I did print out the label of 2021 vision board. But other than that, I just really went through magazines and found things that I liked, found pictures that I liked, which I think ended up with a pretty good result. So you don't have to make one this big. You can do one that is on a sheet of printer paper or a poster board. You don't have to cut things out. You could potentially try to just draw images that represent things that you want to accomplish in the year. You can try to print things out from your computer that are images that represent your goals. Or like I said earlier, you could even try to do a digital one, which could have some good benefits just because it's something that you're going to see every time you open your phone or your laptop. But whatever it is, you want it to just be something that is a thing that you're going to be looking at. So whether it be something on your computer or something that you physically make, you want to put it in a place that is going to be an area that you visit frequently so that you can look at your pictures and visualize your goals so that you can end up actually achieving them. All right, Panthers, I hope you enjoy making your vision boards, and we will be back next week with another Take Care of Yourself Tuesday video.